It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Hey.
Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. I'm Anastasia Palacios.
Good morning, I'm Philip Simon. Happy Monday to you.
And it certainly is going to be a very exciting day based on the way the thing started off in our studios.
Always lively and provocative.
And we want to wish a very special good morning to our executive producer, Miss Joan Albury.
Boss, chief.
Indeed. Indeed. I hope that you all had a wonderful weekend. How was yours, Phil?
Good. Junior Achievement is up and running. Junior Achievement Bahamas, Junior Achievement in Providence got its start over the weekend. Certainly also want to say condolences while we're on the subject to Junior Achievement Grand Bahama on the passing of...
A.P. Miller.
She's long time.
Yeah, long time serving. And I remember when I won Most Distinguished Achiever, I was with Borco Company. But I remember thanking Miss Miller in particular because she was always just a source of support to everybody who was an achiever, you know?
Gotta love that spirit, man. I mean, gotta love, I say it all the time, the best part for me, the best part of Jay was the interaction with the adults.
Yeah.
And of course, interaction with the other students as well, that's the fun stuff. But the best part was the interaction with the adults, the adults. So we're gonna talk about that, but that was a part of my weekend. And then yesterday was just kind of easy, man. Yesterday was a beautiful day, the weather. How could you drive with your windows up on days like that, man? Even this morning, that wind and that breeze was just beautiful. I spent some time with my brothers down there in Fox Hill. And then this beautiful woman called my mama.
Yeah. Way to bring that one
back.
back.
Yeah, absolutely. Saw her yesterday. So, yeah, it was a great day.
That's good. I took my daughter to a birthday party yesterday. It has begun, folks, and it is exhausting. When she was one and she couldn't go anywhere, you could take her to these parties because it was cute and she just sit there and be cute.
You could control her.
It was at a playground. There was just sand everywhere.
And she understood it was all about her?
It wasn't about her. It wasn't her birthday party.
No?
No, this was actually one of my girlfriends had a baby born the same day as her.
Okay.
And so this was her son's first birthday party. Right. But, she lost a bow. She fell down. She lost a pacifier. So it was all in all, she had a great party. Based on the things that didn't come home with her, I think she had a wonderful time. So Me, on the other hand.
So you're into that hide and seek mode. Yeah, no doubt about it.
Listen, a great weekend for both Phil and I, though. So much to be grateful for, especially when so many are facing so many things. But we are continuing to move forward as a nation, and I think we've got a great show lined up for you.
Yeah, great show lined up. Again, we're going to be talking with Junior Achievement Bahamas, Junior Achievement New Providence. We've got Erica Morris, the energy. She's the scholarship director. She's totally in love with the program, and we're totally in love with her. Done so much in terms of just growing that whole scholarships thing, which is a big part of Junior Achievement now. And she's brought a guest. She's brought a guest all the way from Morgan State University. Going to be talking with Mark and her. And also, Quentin is in our house, Quentin Brenner, call him Q. He's going to be talking about the power of one association. Got a concert coming up this weekend, and he's got some partners. T-Mac is also in the house, I believe. So,
looking
forward to that.
Looking forward to that. Still loving that T-Mac Dog No Bucket podcast, man. It never gets old.
You know what? It's the philosophy behind
the philosophy doesn't get old, eh?
When you stop and you think about this, like, that's true.
Yeah.
That makes any sense.
So it's going to be a great conversation with them to find out more about that concert because, of course, proceeds, I think, from that are going to help Hurricane Dorian victims. And so obviously we can still be a part of that relief effort. And speaking about Hurricane Dorian, we've got the Abaco Chamber of Commerce with us this morning. Apparently they held a meeting here recently and they had over some 200 businesses.
Yeah, they talked about rebuilding.
I
think Gandhi was able to do that interview, but we're going to look more into that. And I'm happy. Obviously the business community needs to be at the forefront along with government in terms of partnership government. It's not just about rebuilding. It's about building. It's about putting together
a new frontier of
absolutely
business.
A new frontier. Everything
so looking forward to that conversation with the Abaco Chamber of Commerce. And then in addition to that, Shakespeare in Paradise is back. And so in the middle of all of these things, we still need to be able to celebrate our culture, to do some things that take us out of the sadness of the moment sometimes. And so looking forward to that conversation with Cookie on Shakespeare in Paradise and what you can expect from that. So as you can tell, it's going to be a full show, so we're going to get into all of that. But before we do anything on a Monday morning, there's someone that you tune in specifically to see, just to see how the weather will be guided this week. I know, I know. It's all about the G-Man himself. Here's Godfrey Burnside with our first look at weather.
Weather at sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. First in insurance, today, tomorrow.
Thank you, Storm. Good morning, Bahamas. Your first look at weather sunrise. High pressure to the north, generating to breezy conditions over the islands. And then to the south of us, we have an upper level trough that will trickle off some showers and thunderstorms over the central and southeastern today. That will start moving into the northwest Bahamas by Wednesday into Thursday, so expect a wet weekend. Weather-wise, today though, partly sunny and breezy, chance of a few passing showers over northwest Bahamas, variable cloudiness and windy, with a few showers, maybe light little thunderstorm over the central and southeastern islands. High temperature reaching 89 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, a few clouds on the warm side, chance of a few showers over the northwest Bahamas, but you can expect variable cloudiness with some showers and thunderstorms across the central and southeastern islands. Your low temperature going down to 77 degrees Fahrenheit. And in some region highs and lows across the Caribbean, Barbados 85 and 80. In Jamaica 79 and 74. In Trinidad 87 and 77. And the Turks and Caicos Islands 88 and 77. Across North America, Atlanta 92 and 69. In Raleigh 87 and 70. In Miami 89 and 78. In Dallas, Texas 91 and 75. And Toronto, Canada 64 and 60. As we go through the week, a mix of sun and clouds through tomorrow, but expect increasing cloudiness over the northwest Bahamas, but continuing cloudy with some showers and thunderstorms across the central and southeastern islands, and we expect an increase in cloudiness and showers by Friday into Saturday, even on Sunday, at about a 40 to 50% chance. So temperature daytime will be in the upper 80s, at nighttime in the upper 70s. That puts you up on your first look at the weather sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Star.
Thank you so much, Godfrey. The goal of Junior Achievement Bahamas is to train, assist, and positively impact young people in the community. Today, JA is here to talk about several scholarship opportunities, and they're joined by a special guest from Morgan State University. We want to welcome JA Scholarship Coordinator Erica Morris and Coordinator of the Honor Student Services at MSU, Mr. Mark Bowles. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thank you.
Yeah, always a pleasure to have Erica with us. Last time you were here, we were talking about that awesome cookbook that you guys did to celebrate another great milestone in JA. And today we're getting to talk about something that's so important for so many achievers, right? And that's the opportunity to continue their education.
Correct.
And this time with your partner at Morgan State University. So before we get to talk to Mr. Bowles, talk to me about the schools that you've been able to get in partnership with JA, because I know there are quite a few. How many schools are there?
Actually, we started off with 2. Morgan State was one of our first schools, and now we're up to about 17.
Wow.
And 3 of those 17s have now become partners with the government.
Okay.
Yes, they're a part of the PSP program.
Okay.
So it's Georgia State, Lipscomb University, and SUNY Oswego.
Okay.
Yes.
That is awesome, man.
Yes.
Congratulations, Erica. It
Thank
really
you.
has been a work in the making, but so many of our
Yes.
kids have gone off and done extremely well as a result of this opportunity.
Yes.
And so that really is something to be proud of. I remember first learning about Morgan State University back in high school when a friend of mine decided that that's where she'd be going to school. So I know a bit about you guys, but I want you to just kind of let the general public know, who is MSU? What are some of the founding principles and characteristics that really make Morgan State stand out?
Oh, wow. Well, Morgan State University has been around for about 150 years.
Wow.
In the inner city of Baltimore, a nice area of Baltimore as well. And it's really about just taking the students where they are and then bringing them where their potential will lead them, and then giving them the opportunity to be successful in the workforce.
Okay.
Or even starting their own business. So it's really about family, it's dedication, it's leadership. Those are a lot of the qualities that we look for and that we try to instill in our young minds.
Okay. And then at Morgan State, are there like particular academic programs that maybe stand out more than, say, some other universities?
Well, so I don't want to say all of them are great all of them are great programs.
Okay.
But I will say that our business program is very robust.
Okay.
Our engineering program is very robust, and our science and communications program really stand out as well. Just to name a few, because I don't want to leave anybody out, but those are the ones that stand out the most in my mind.
All right. Do we currently have students attending Morgan State?
Actually, yes, we do have students attending. Actually, Junior Achievement has we have about 6 now.
Okay.
Because my first class graduated already.
Okay.
They graduated in May. So I know about 6 of our students have actually passed, are at Morgan State presently.
Okay. And do we have a bit more than that outside of the 6 that Junior Achievement have sent?
Yes.
Yeah, we have a couple more as well.
Okay, so great Bohemian feel at Morgan
Yes.
State as well. So our kids got the experience of being away, but also a sense of being home because there are some of their peers there as well. Okay.
And see, the difference with the other kids and the ones from Junior Achievement is that all of our Junior Achievement students are there on full scholarships.
Full scholarships?
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, we're reestablishing our partnership with Morgan State. So a Junior Achiever, they are giving us 3 to 5 full scholarships.
Wow.
But I've been begging for like years. I'm like, listen, we do take the SATs, but it's not as important as our BGCSEs are.
Okay.
So we've, made an agreement that a child who has maybe an 1100, but it has a B or above in their math and English BGCSEs and has a 3.5, a full ride.
Oh my
And that's
gosh.
tuition, room and board, $500 a semester for books. Yes, and I think a computer, Yes, but that's the partnership.
She's trying to throw that in there. I know Erica goes.
I'm working
but
with
I'm
my
with her.
kids.
I'm
Yes.
with her.
Yes.
Mr. Bose, that is so exciting. Why did Morgan State take the opportunity to consider our standards, I guess, in education here in the Bahamas and then kind of bring that into the fold when you guys reestablish this partnership? Because that's really big for us.
It is. Well, it's really about opportunity. And just because a culture does not do something that the American culture does, which is really rely heavily on the SATs, doesn't mean that we're not getting quality students.
Right.
So, as Erica has kind of explained to me what it means to have a student that gets a B in those categories, it said, let me go to my director, Dr. Peterkin, and talk to him about, hey, these students have a past record of being successful, and the president, Dr. Wilson, his big thing is reaching everybody, not only the people that are in our state or our country, but going out to different places and providing an opportunity for everyone to be successful.
That's awesome. Erica, that's so amazing.
Thank you.
And is there like a process that they would have to go through? Obviously, you need to be an achiever, but is it that they can apply just generally through JA, or do they need to maybe say have been an officer or something? Like, what are the qualifications?
Actually, it's for all JA students in their senior year, of course, but you would definitely apply through me, just giving me your information. So when you officially apply with Morgan State, they're able to know, okay, this is a junior achiever.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Okay.
So it's just a regular application process.
That is so awesome.
Thank you.
Because I remember, like, obviously I've been out of JA for a little while, right? We're not going to talk about the years, but scholarships at that time were kind of limited to maybe the top achiever getting a little something, and now this is so good because it just gives so many more people the opportunity for an education.
Right.
And education just it really transforms entire communities, entire family, generational dynamics, and so this is really a big deal.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're going to have 5 students. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see who those students are.
Okay.
And just to let you know, because I've had a lot of students who've come to us that aren't actually Bahamians.
Okay.
That were born here but not actually Bahamians. They are eligible as well.
Oh my goodness,
yes.
really?
Yeah, they're achievers.
Okay.
They're achievers. So they are eligible.
This is excellent. All right, so Erica, is there anything that parents should do to kind of position their kids to be in the best?
Well, I always tell my kids, especially those in the 11th grade year, 11th grade year is your most important year of high school, okay? You want to strive and do the best that you can. It's aim for that 3.5, put away the Facebook, the Instagrams, and whatever else it is that you do, and you really get focused, and try your best, because we need at least an 1100 on your SATs, even though that's not Morgan State's requirement.
Right.
But they're relaxing it a little bit for us, and really, try to do what you have to do to achieve that B or above in your math and English and BGCSEs.
Okay, all right. And then for you, Mark, obviously this is a great partnership with JA. I mean, I am ecstatic, and I will be talking about this program to every high school that I go into, because it just is so awesome that you guys are considering taking the BGCSE and relaxing that SAT to 1100. But for other kids who might not be in the JA program for whatever reason, but are still interested in Morgan State University, what do they need to be looking out to do right now? It's already October, basically. So how should they be preparing themselves if they want to apply to Morgan State?
Wow. Well, I think the same principle really applies. If getting as high a mark as they can get on the SAT, reaching out, going online, and just letting us know that you're interested. And then there are also some other things and some avenues that we can do, especially for some of the other students that might not have the grades to get the full scholarship. There's some partials that we can possibly give out, and we also try to work with some jobs. So I know coming over with your I-20, there are jobs that are available on campus.
Awesome.
So we have a senior from the Bahamas that's going to graduate this year as well, and he has a job and he's doing well. So you guys are represented very well, and
Excellent.
We're excited to just integrate our campus with as many, I want to say, Bahamians. As we can.
That's awesome. Listen, Mr. Bowles, thank you so much for joining us today. Erica, congratulations.
Thank you.
I am so proud. And just we're so blessed to have you just working for our students and just getting them to the next level. Thank you so much.
And we'll be back to tell you about our other scholarships with other schools, but I don't want to cheat on him today.
No cheating on him today. This has been great news. 5 scholarships being given to Morgan State this year. For those of you that might have been born in the Bahamas, we know that there are challenges with our citizenship, but if you are an achiever, this is still open to you. Excellent news. Just need those 2 BGCSEs in math and English, A or B, and of course 1100 that SAT score. If you are an achiever, reach out to Erica, see what can happen for you. Obviously setting my tone for a wonderful week, because this is such great news. Thanks again for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Good afternoon. First response. How can I help you?
I've been in an accident on West Bay Street. Can you send someone to help?
Yes, ma'am. A first response team will be there in 15 minutes. Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine, but a bit upset.
We're glad you're not hurt. Please, try to relax. Our team will take care of everything as soon as they arrive.
First Response provides immediate on-site service and support from the scene of an accident through the claims and repair process. And it's free to all Bahamas First insured drivers in New Providence, every day for any type of accident. If you drive and want First Response on your side, call 32-FIRST or visit bahamasfirst.com for the name of an authorized Bahamas First agent. First Response can't prevent an accident from happening,
But it can certainly ease your mind when it happens.
Do you want to know more about the scriptures, the early Christian church, its teachings, suffering, other religions, the authenticity of the Bible? The Anglican Theological Institute is for you. Enroll in a 3-year certificate program. Classes are conducted from Nassau and Freeport on Saturday mornings. Don't miss a class. Stay connected anytime, anywhere, with high-speed internet. Contact us at 603-2481. Visit our Facebook page. Pick up an application form at any Anglican church or at Addington House on Sands Road. The Anglican Theological Institute is for you.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Always a good time. First thing on a Monday morning. Very pleased to be joined this morning by representatives. Well, we've got the Power of One, and we've got the National Sports Authority. Quentin Brennan, Executive Director, correct?
General Manager.
General Manager.
General Manager.
All of that is the same thing.
All one and the same.
All one and the same. Dog don't bark at Parker. Been having fun all morning with Dylan McKenzie. D-Mac is in the house. And of course, the chairman of Power of One, Jason Ferguson, also known as Ming. Good morning, man. I think this is my first time meeting you. Welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise, gentlemen.
Good morning. Thanks for having us. Morning, Bahamas.
So you guys have an interesting partnership. I mean, obviously, the Power of One has done this before back in 2015. But the National Sports Authority, the Bahamas Red Cross, the Kiwanis Club, and of course, Power One, doing something special this weekend.
Yes, we are. We are. The National Sports Authority, we're the newcomers on the block. Like you would have mentioned, or like DMAC would have mentioned, this organization has been around from 2015. But just in the wake of Hurricane Dorian, we would have come together to see how to form this partnership on seeing exactly what we can do to benefit the evacuees or those affected by the ravage and the savage of Hurricane Dorian. We came up with 3 great events, whereas the benefits and the proceeds from these 3 events will go, 100% of it will go directly towards the relief efforts for Hurricane Dorian. The first event being that of a watch party, which is on Thursday, whereas our Golden Girl, Shanae Miller, will run for the gold in the 400-meter finals at the IWF World Championships. The second event will be that of Jesus in the Park, which is an all gospel, whereas 30 of the country's top gospel artists will perform.
30, okay. Everybody's on board.
Everybody's on board. And then on Saturday night, where you'll have my good friends here, Dog Don't Bark at Power Car.
I really love that. Listen, that's so profound.
So our good friend here, D-Mac, and all of his friends, all 38 of them. You know, the average person only has about 3 or 4 friends.
Right.
But this guy has some 38 friends. And that's just here locally, because he's going to fuse that with a couple of international artists also, but I'm going to let him speak about it.
But you know, I love that. I mean, the Power of One, really quickly, for persons who don't yet know or recall, tell us a little bit about the organization.
So the Power of One, like we've said, it started in 2015 where a few friends got together and said, listen, let's use our talents, our raw talents, with the God-given talent to make a great event happen. So we got some production guys, some performers. We had a few persons from the creative community just come together to just do a great event in 2015 at Mario's. And you know, we just didn't stop. We just kept it going. You know, it's like this is something. We did it in a few days, actually 4 days. We pulled off this great event in
you're
4
creatives.
days.
You're creatives. So when you say creatives, you're talking about producers,
artists,
engineers,
musicians, artists, engineers, visual artists. The whole gamut.
All right.
So we just got together, and right now it's just expanding. Persons are just calling and said, you know, we want to be on board. What can I do?
Well, and this is what you can do. I mean, you know, this weekend, I mean, you talk about that lineup, Quentin, but talk about the concert. I mean, it's 38 different artists, all local. I mean,
local and international. So we're looking at some. You know, we have a onboard Ronald Sims, who's the stage manager, and when we presented him with these names and the list, he was like, "Wow, how could this happen? I don't see how we can make this happen." We have the cream of the crop, the top, the who's of the Bahamian entertainment scene, and some of our international friends that are coming over. This is a representation from those that the high echelon, those power ones, the power performers, and they have been very receptive and supportive. This is a humanitarian effort that we're getting on. So we understand what has happened in this country, in our country, and we have come together in unity and showing our strength and our support towards this. And what greater way to do it than to give back our talent. You know, as entertainers and performers, we have been welcomed so many times to places like Abaco and Grand Bahama and into their homes and into their lives. Now is our time. We see them hurting. It's our time to give back. And we believe that when one is hurt, all of us are hurt. We all feel it, the impact of it. So we're getting together as the creative community and pulling off the largest event. And with us now partnering with the sporting community. So now it's an even grander, it's on an even grander scale.
Is that where it's going to be? It's going to be at the...
We're going to do it right there at the National Stadium. And
all 3 events?
All 3 events, 3 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And we're not going to the carnival site. We like D-Mac would have said, we have the creme de la creme here in local artistry here in the Bahamas. So we're going to put you inside the stadium.
And we've had great events and concerts, etc. inside of the stadium. So I mean, obviously you know how to all
we
that
know
works
how to get
well.
What is so amazing about this as well? So I want you to picture this. There are approximately 13 sound and lighting production companies involved in making this entire thing happen. So can you imagine the magnitude of what is going to be there? This is a sight to see. This is, when you come out there, this is everybody pulling together their resources and saying, hey, and it's completely free. Nobody's getting paid.
I was about to say.
There is no funds involved, nothing. Everybody is doing this as a labor of love, and they're coming together, showing the unity. So these 13 sound companies, I mean, they've been having production meetings every day. They've already started. The loading is going in today, so we're going to be way ahead of the curve in terms of what we putting together.
So I mean, you just got to get the people out now, right? I mean,
Yes,
that's the bottom line.
Yes, the support, we just want the support of everyone, because this is going to be a show you do not want to miss.
Well, I wonder too, also, I mean, is it going to be televised as well? I mean, live? I mean, or you got to be there? Well, I know social media can take it live anyway, right?
But it's gonna be broadcasted.
Okay.
And we're gonna try and have it as many mediums as possible, because we don't want anyone globally to miss it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, globally speaking, persons abroad, will they be able to contribute? Is there going to be a live line or a telethon?
We're going to do a telethon that's associated with it on Saturday night. My apologies.
Okay. Excellent.
Whereas we have, again, some of the top personalities here that's going to be a part of that, heading up that telethon aspect of it. We're working also directly with some of our international television companies, and what they're doing is they will do live cutaways, because we know that Shawnee Miller will win the gold come Thursday afternoon. So what they'll do is live cutaways back to the watch party on Thursday afternoon, and things of that sort there. So I think this will not go unnoticed. It will be hard to miss this one. And hence us being here this morning.
Okay, well, absolutely, but you got to start it off, you know. So again, give us the details, the dates, the times, ticket costs, or you trade say you got make your donation.
On Thursday for the watch party, we start. We open gates at 2 p.m.
2 p.m.
The race is going to be approximately around about 4:50 p.m. And so I have.
Let's make that correction.
Go ahead.
Dealing with real time, so that's not around. That's 4:50 p.m.
on the dot.
On the dot. And the race is only for 48
so leave
seconds.
early.
Yeah. And we're appealing to corporate Bahamas also to let the folks out. Let the folks early. We want them to see this. The race is only for 48 seconds. The race is only for 48 seconds.
And we also have, I have to mention, the Junkanoo community has come on board in a big way.
Kishley and Dolores Smith. Oh my gosh, it's been amazing.
Okay, so
Smart man, right?
Yeah, very smart. So the Junkanoo community, they're on board for all 3 days as well. So there's going to be a rush out on Thursday, a rush out on Friday, a rush out on Saturday.
Yes.
And the entrance fee for Thursday is only $1. So we're asking persons to come in, bring a donation, bring goods, because we have the Kiwanis collecting all of the funds, and we have the Red Cross collecting all of the non-perishable items, because we don't just want to make it transparent and make sure the persons
bring that
can
with
understand.
you.
Bring it with you.
Bring what you can, because this is our great relief effort.
And you just leave it at the gate.
Yes.
Let's come in. Leave it at the gate and come in.
So that's Thursday. Gates open at 2.
Gates open at 2.
The race is 4:50.
4:50. Junkanoo does the rushing, and then we have a massive concert following. So we have entertainment on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We go until 12 p.m. Junkanoo is going to be on at 11:45. And so we're doing.
What time the gates open on Thursday?
On Thursday,
Friday and Saturday.
Thursday is 2 p.m. Friday is 7, because we have partnered with Godson, DJ Godson for Jesus in the Park. And so his concert is going to start at 7. But also on Friday we're going to have the DJs. Now we have over 100 DJs involved in this initiative as well. They're going to be at various roundabouts. We're going to be doing collecting as well, collecting cash and goods, and then we're going to pull everything together and bring it at the Sports Center and start Jesus in the Park
ticket
at
cost
7
on
p.m.
Friday?
Absolutely free.
And on Saturday?
On Saturday, we're charging $10. It's the telethon.
For 38
plus
artists.
38 plus artists. So you can imagine, I mean, we're looking at, just look at it in over a 3-day period. You're going to pay $11.
$11.
Right.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
But bring what you got. Bring what you have. It's obviously for the relief effort. I mean, that's the bottom line.
Definitely. We're asking for folks to come out and make sure, support for country. This is the time when we all need to come together. And so don't just sit home and say, oh, I would go to support it. Make that initiative, make that effort to come out and support and show your love for the country and your people.
And I mean, listen, and we love our country, we love our people. This is a wonderful effort, guys. The Power of One in association with the National Sports Authority, the Kiwanis Club, the Bahamas Red Cross, and other partners. It should be a grand time starting this Thursday. Gates open at 2 p.m. Friday, 7. Saturday, 7.
Saturday at 2 p.m.
Saturday at 2 p.m.
2 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Really quickly, where can they find this information, just in case? Is it on social media?
Yes, you could find us on Facebook.
Okay.
The Power of One 242.
Okay.
Also on Instagram, Power of One 242.
Okay.
Or you can send us an email, powerofonebahamas@gmail.com.
Okay, good, excellent. Thank you so much. We've been with Dylan McKenzie, T-Mac, Quentin Bredman, General Manager of the National Sports Authority, and the Ming himself, Jason Ferguson. Might be family, man. Guys, thank you so much. See you this week, right?
Yes.
All right, good. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Wait, that's Omar Little from The Wire. You think everyone is Omar from The Wire?
Wow, it's really nice to meet a fan.
It's like he's right here. Are you telling me he was being all type shows and stuff?
And you know, Rev Go Play plays a lot of good movies and TV shows.
Excuse me, can't you see we're watching something else? Rude.
Settle all your pop culture disputes with Rev Go Play. Watch, record, and stream all your favorite shows wherever you are. Free for all Rev TV subscribers. Rev, you and us together.
For the last 11 years, we've been able to mark our calendars with another go around the sun based on Shakespeare in Paradise. Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're so excited because it's that time of year again. Shakespeare in Paradise obviously celebrates all of the wonderful things it means to be Bahamian in the theater arts. And today we have the legend herself, Claudette Cookie Allens, joins us. She's been doing this for about 50 years. Can you all believe that? I said Cookie must have started when she was about 0 because it's impossible for her to have been doing it that long. And she's talking to us this morning about Shakespeare in Paradise. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you and good morning, Bahamas.
Listen,
Yes.
I'm so happy that you guys are back again.
Yes.
We've been able to see the evolution of the festival. Last year you came with a book in hand.
And I'm here again.
And you're here again with Volume 2.
Volume 2, that's
Yes.
right.
So talk to me about Short Tales. What is the different part about Short Tales for the festival?
This Short Tales is new.
Okay.
All new stories and one or two writers who wrote previously, but basically new plays, 10-minute plays, and new actors. New actors, new plays, and new directors.
That is so cool. And I guess when you think about the vision of a festival, that's what the goal is, right?
Yes,
to create opportunities for this talent to expose
themselves, and that's what's been happening.
Yeah.
We have young people who were performers are now directing.
Okay.
And I haven't directed yet.
We gotta fix that.
Let's see, look at it. Yeah, but it's amazing what happens, what evolves from a situation like Short Tales.
Yeah.
The notice went out, and we got 50-odd 10-minute plays.
Wow.
And we had to make a selection.
Okay.
10. Didn't mean that the others didn't qualify, but we had to make a selection as to the trend that would be followed for the process of that evening.
Yeah.
And here we are.
That's awesome.
That's it.
And you're holding the book itself, so the book is also available for purchase.
The book is also available, $30 at the theater once you come to see the show.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
And I see some of the names in there. My good friend Gail Hanna is writing now.
Yeah.
Good friend Dwayne Wallace, who we love from the theater, has something in there.
And the youngest writer here writes under the name Imani Ashanti or something. Whatever, those tongue twisters. And she's a student at UB. I think she's about 17 or 18.
Wow.
And she writes under that name.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
and
awesome.
her play has been chosen to be produced this season.
That's phenomenal. And I remember going to Short Tales last year and just seeing the different 10-minute plays, seeing the talent of our Bohemian writers.
It's amazing.
It is amazing.
How you could put the whole concept in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And we look at 2 and 3
our plays, right? But no, this is good.
But this is amazing.
That is phenomenal.
And thank you, Dr. Bethel, for your concept.
Yeah.
I mean, coming up with this kind of vision.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but now Short Tales isn't the only thing happening
That's not
this
the only
season.
thing. Now, last season, you guys had a hit with the music, the Eddie Minnis musical.
The Real
The
Thing.
Real Thing. And y'all had said, we're not bringing it back. It's not coming back. It's sold out. And so you had to bring it back because it was that good and the demand for it was that high. I caught it on the replay.
Oh,
y'all don't be like me because they may not replay this one. But there's another musical this time.
Yes, a Fat Swallow musical, Ain't Misbehaving.
Okay.
That is, I mean, some of the music I heard, when I heard it, I said, oh, that's where that's from. You know, it's amazing. It's familiar, it's intimate, and you got to see it. I mean, and I have to blow the horn here, this little horn here. The 6 actors, 6 performers, 6 singers in this little musical, all alumni of the Bahamas National Youth Choir.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, Cleopas is looking down and smiling at that. Yes.
No, I mean, the musicals that you guys have put together.
And I might add also that this is booking out.
Okay.
Okay, so it's just about, and it's in the little intimate theater, the Black Box, only 80 seats.
Yeah.
So you can imagine booking is
going really
critical.
quickly.
Yeah,
okay.
it's going critical.
So how can we get tickets, Cookie? Because I need to make sure that when I leave, I can reserve my seat. So.
Yes, you're going to call the Dundas.
Okay.
393-3728.
Okay.
That's not all, though. We only talked about 2 things.
Okay, tell me what else.
Wait a minute now. Short Tales, Ain't Misbehaving.
Measure for Measure is also
Measure
happening.
for Measure. I'm getting all emotional here.
No, I mean, it's enough to be emotional about.
Shakespeare production is Measure for Measure.
Okay.
And this one, too, is very special because the person who's directing this, Giovanna Hepburn, has been in every Shakespeare production for the season.
Wow.
For all of the years that we've been doing it. Now she's got another role directing.
11 years and now a director.
And now a director.
But this is the beauty of a vision that begins with people like yourself and Nicolette and people that commit to just seeing theater continue.
And go on and on. It has to continue.
Yeah.
And then I'm continuing. Old Story Time.
Okay.
Our dear friend Trevor Rowan's play from Jamaica. And it's not been produced in the Bahamas for I don't know how many years.
Okay.
But Winston Saunders and Pandora Gomez performed in it
years
ago. So you can imagine how old that production is. And Skibo Roberts is directing.
Okay.
So, you know, so much things. As Skibo came on stage, now he's directing again. I mean, it's an evolution.
An evolution and a full circle experience to see it just continuing to go.
And you can just get overwhelmed with what's going on in the theater in this country. And I must say, I have to add that the amount of young people who are coming out reading and being involved and just wanting to be involved in the theater is amazing. It's just amazing.
That's a beautiful
and
thing.
we're so happy and proud, and I'm so emotional.
That's fine. I got some right there too. It's okay. We shared the emotions this morning. Now, okay, so we know that it starts tonight.
Yes.
How long does it continue for?
Until the 12th of October.
Okay.
Open day till the 12th of October. Listen, I gotta say, we start on time.
You do.
And in the little intimate theater, there's only 80 seats, and there's no late seating.
Right.
Now, we'll hold for about 5 minutes if I'm permitted to say that. But if you come late, I'm going to have to tell you now, there's not a convenient spot to go in.
Yeah.
Because they're using all of the perimeters and the exits and entrances for the cast.
Yeah.
And it's very, very difficult. So we encourage the public to come. We love you. We want to see you there. And we want you to come and don't miss.
Yeah.
But you got to be there on time.
And to be on time is to be early in this
Yeah.
instance. So they say the show starts at 7. I will tell you that I've sat outside the black box, heard the excitement going on as I waited for intermission because I was late. So you have to be there about 6:55. The show starts at 7 to make sure that you are in there. And it's always so worth it.
And we're doing student matinees as usual at 11 on then. They're all booked out. So, you know, and the evening performances in the Winston V. Saunders Theatre, which is the big theatre, and the Philip A. Burrows, which is the little one.
Okay.
And we're doing a special. You can purchase tickets for evacuees.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah, the tickets normally are $30, but you can buy one for $20 for an evacuees. And so Corporate Bahamas, we encourage you to help us out here and to help them to get a little relief, to a little excitement, a little happiness. Yes, a little joy.
Okay.
But 11 years and we're so happy.
Congratulations on 11
you.
years. Congratulations on the book, another round, and congratulations on the evolution and the growth. You guys have been phenomenal, and the fruits of your labor are in an experience that continues to give, and we continue to see new talent emerge. So thank you for joining us.
That is the joy.
Yeah.
Seeing these young people, and then they come and they say, I've been coming here from I was a little child, and my mother was bringing me here when this and stuff. So you see them growing up in the theater, and here they are being theater people themselves.
Wow, awesome stuff.
That's a joy.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Cookie.
It's my pleasure.
Shakespeare in Paradise has started today, and so make sure that you get those tickets. You can call the Dundas Theatre for more information. We'll be back with more after this commercial break.
We get up early every morning to offer safe and dependable service. Where quality service is paramount. An excellent travel experience is priority. Connecting the islands of the Bahamas to the world. Bahamas Air. We don't just fly here, we live here.
So who really own the Nassau Container Port?
Boss, that's easy. The government.
I do.
I do. Thank you.
I do.
I do. And one day, he will too. I do. Knock knock.
Here at the Nassau Container Port, we've diversified our ownership to give hardworking Bahamians a piece of the economic pie. And we'll continue to grow so that we can give you a consistent return on your investment. That's our promise.
I always wanted to come back to the College of Bahamas. I wanted to be a faculty. When the opportunity came for me to be Vice President of Operations, I said, well, let me try that first. It makes me proud because I was here before. I feel as if now I'm sort of like a beacon for those students who are here to say, hey, listen, I can actually be a Vice President. I can actually be one of the big leaders at the university. I'm Ronnie Stevenson, and this is my UB.
Apply today at www.ub.edu.bs.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're at the halfway point on this marvelous Monday. And it's been brought to our attention, Phil, that we don't say our names at the mid-show.
Yeah, that's right. You know, for those of you who are just joining us, I'm Philip Simon.
And I'm Anastasia Palacios. And we're so happy that you're still with us. Before we go any further, I must extend a congratulations to Demi Forbes. Demi is the daughter of Dale and Sonia Forbes. She's also the niece of Joe and Aubrey. She spent so much time here at the Counselors as a young student.
I was about to say that name rings a bell.
Yeah, she's been here several times as an intern and kind of just working around the Counselors. And she has now been called to the bar this past Friday.
Nice.
Yeah, so we've got another attorney at law on the books in the person of Demi Forbes. So Demi, congratulations
Demi.
to you and to your parents from all of us here at the Counselors and Bahamas at Sunrise.
Absolutely, congratulations. Good day.
Yeah.
Good day.
Listen,
Loving these conversations. The power of one.
Yeah, J.A. with the, I was so excited about that segment because, one of my best friends, she passed away at 21, unfortunately, but she was an excellent student. I mean, like, top of her class, right? But she happened to be born to parents that were immigrants. And so the challenges that she faced in order to get off to school were insurmountable. She did it because that was her, right? Her personality was one where she was always going to excel. But it's so good that Jay has this opportunity. Once you're an achiever, it doesn't matter what your nationality is behind that. You have this opportunity to go to school. Oh man, made my day.
Millions of dollars. I don't know. She had quoted the figure, but just millions of dollars in accumulated scholarships through those 17 plus or so colleges and universities. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Before, when we, because we're both former most distinguished achievers, man, we were in there for that competition.
Yeah,
and
you
for
only
bragging rights,
for
you know what I'm saying?
And for the scholarship,
but
you need that
now
money.
it's that scholarships. I mean, it's so much more than just the money that the competition brings, but the scholarship is such a big deal.
And the good part about it is that you don't have to be most distinguished achiever in order to qualify for those scholarships.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what's happening. I mean, it's such a wonderful thing. What's also a wonderful thing, I don't know if you saw it, but the power of one. Just loving that group, loving that name, and of course they're doing this partnership coming up this weekend. The 3 concert series starting on Thursday with a watch party. I think there's a watch party on Thursday, and then the gospel concert, and then the big concert on Saturday. Just listen, we are. I don't care what people say about Bahamians. I mean, we have our little challenges from time to time, and we see this stuff on social media, and I'm like, oh my God. But for the most part, we are loving people. We are a great nation. So I'm really proud of all of those guys that are giving up their times and their talents to just help.
Yeah.
I mean, we really come together in times of disasters.
We really do, and I think that's the amazing thing.
But we need to
about
stop fighting in the theater. Anyway, go ahead.
I don't get the social media stuff, guys. I don't. So Phil would obviously know. I wouldn't. The only theater I know about is the one that Cookie and I were talking about, and that's Shakespeare in Paradise. That, of course, also happens this week. Listen, we've got more to come in the second half. We're going to have an important conversation with the Chamber of Commerce out of Abaco to learn more about the rebuilding of businesses there, and I'm sure there's going to be more forthcoming from Grand Bahama, from the government itself. The Access Accelerator Small Business Development Center, I know, is working on some plans. And so I know we're going to be hearing more about that in the weeks to come, but we're going to start it here with this conversation this morning. We'll get to that after we take a second look at weather with Godfrey Burnside.
Breezy.
Weather at sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First in Insurance, today, tomorrow.
Thank you, Star, and good morning, Mohammed. Just a second look at weather, sunrise to tropics, and we have one system. We have Hurricane Lorenzo this morning, and at 5 a.m. this morning was located in latitude 28.7 degrees north, longitude 43.1 degrees west, some 1,125 miles west-southwest of the Azores, is moving to the north-northeast at 30 miles per hour, and those winds are now down to 105 miles per hour. Elsewhere, tropical storm formation expected during the next 5 days. On the local scene, high pressure to the north, bringing up breezy conditions across the islands, and then we have an upper level trough to the southeastern islands, and that's triggering off generating some cloudy periods over the central and southeastern islands with some showers and isolated thunderstorms. But today, special warning to beachgoers who swimmers going into the water should be alert for possible high risk of recurrence along the northern eastern shores of the islands, and so get out of the water, and also your swimmers for some hazardous sea conditions over the next several days, because we can have gale force winds sometimes in those gusting to gale force winds at times in northerly swells. But today, winds northeasterly at 15 to 25 knots, seas 8 to 10 feet over the northwest Bahamas, and moderate northeasterly swells 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet over the southeastern islands. On Tuesday, those winds continue northeasterly at 15 to 25 knots, seas 8 to 10 feet over the northwest and central Bahamas, easterly at 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet over the southeastern islands. And on Wednesday, those winds become northeast to east at 15 to 20 knots, seas 6 to 8 feet over the northwest Bahamas, variable at 10 knots or less, seas less than 3 feet over the central and southeastern islands. Yet tides. You can expect a high tide at 8:35 this morning, next low tide at 2:56 this afternoon, high again tonight at 8:57. Sunset 6:56 this evening, rises at 7:02. UV index 8, your water temperature 84 degrees Fahrenheit, and your moon phase, new moon. Standard look, mix of sun and clouds for Wednesday, and then by Thursday and Friday, we expect increasing cloudiness with some showers and thunderstorms. Mainly over the weekend, we should have a wet one. Those temperatures daytime will be in the upper 80s, at nighttime in the upper 70s. That puts her up in your final look at weather sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Gandhi.
Although parts of Abaco were completely demolished, the people of Abaco are taking the positive view that they have the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to redesign and rebuild Abaco in a modern and efficient way. Back to tell us more about the Project Resurrect initiative is Ken Hutton, president of the Abaco Chamber of Commerce, and of course, Mr. Danon Tynes, who is the director of the Abaco Chamber. Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good to be here.
We promised that we would have to continue this conversation, and here we are. It's a very important one. So we left off with Project Resurrect, the need for partnership, and everything that's happening. How did Project Resurrect get started, and how quickly are people jumping into action?
Project Resurrect started shortly after the storm. We were, some people, myself and a couple other people, were just sitting around saying, you know, this has been so overwhelming. No government could have prepared for this.
Right.
We need to work with the government because, you know, their resources are limited at the time.
Right.
And going forward, you know, it's going to take many tens, hundreds of millions of dollars to rebuild Abaco. Those funds don't grow on trees, and a lot of times the best way to do it is to team up with the private sector, where we can actually bring a lot of those assets to bear in conjunction with the government and in cooperation with them, and together we can put together a program with the private sector and the government to put plans together to do the rebuilding, the redesigning, and the restructuring of Abaco.
I know it's really early, but when you talk about a plan, can you give us an idea of what that plan looks like? How will charitable donations kind of like be used to advance this plan?
Sure. The concept right now of Project Resurrect is that there will be a pool of donation funds which will be administered to international accounting standards, full visibility, full transparency. Everything will be above board. The funds will be used to do things like hire world-class city planners, civil consultant engineers to say and come in and we'll ask them, hey, we consider this a clean slate. What would a great Abaco town look like, considering the culture of the place, the history of the place? We want to put Abaco back together, but we want to do it with full disclosure of where the money is going, who it's going to, and taking things like culture and history into account.
I have a question for you, Danon. As an architect, when you talk about a modern Abaco, and we always say, oh, the building codes in the Bahamas are some of the best, right, in the world, but our buildings were not able to withstand this storm. Speak directly to that.
Well, for Category 5 that we had, with gusts of the 220 mile an hour winds, no one has designed for that. No one. And we have some of the most stringent building codes for hurricane buildings, hurricane resistant buildings, but nothing is hurricane proof. When they say hurricane proof windows, it's actually just impact resistant.
Right.
After a few whacks at that same window, it will cave in. But to that extent, there will be some adjustments to accommodate for new building codes. That will be done primarily by the Ministry of Works and their engineers and that department.
Okay, because you did say we have to have a new approach to disaster relief. We have to have a new approach to all of this. So how will you accommodate the labor force on the island, and when would the Abaco Chamber like to be able to say Abaco is open for business again?
Yeah. When it comes to things like labor policy and labor regulations, those are things that are definitely the purview of the government.
Okay.
All we can do is make recommendations on things like that. It is totally under the authority of the government. We would certainly like to see certain things a certain way. Our goal as the Abaco Chamber of Commerce is, we want to see Abaconians back to work as soon as possible. We want to see Bahamians back to work as soon as possible. If the labor pool does not allow us to have enough workers to accomplish what needs to be done, then I think that I think the government may be looking at allowing some kind of concession to temporarily bring in construction workers and stuff to get things done, not on a permanent basis.
Where will they even stay?
The accommodations are definitely, that's a factor. I mean, there are no livable homes really left in Marsh Harbor. So I know that there have been discussions around man camps, around tent cities, things like that. I'm not privy to the status of those discussions. Those are being done at a higher level of government and through international aid agencies.
So remind us about the steps that the chamber is taking right now, and what do you need? I could imagine generators, right?
Yeah, and again, definitely generators, roofing materials, tarps, things like that. But I think it's important to differentiate. The chamber is not a relief organization. The relief is actually being done by the government, by NGOs, by the UN, by other organizations like that actually specialize in that. What we're trying to do with Project Resurrect and with the chamber is to say, okay, once we've dealt with these immediate needs, what is the strategy going forward for Abaco? How can we rebuild Abaco? Let's get the immediate needs taken care of, but let's not lose sight of the fact that all this has to come back together and get Abaco working and moving again. What do we want it to look like? And that's what Project Resurrect is.
And you bring those specialists together. Can I volunteer, or you have to be selected to be on Project Resurrect?
Everything, nothing has been finalized right now. It is still being put together as we speak. There are a number of hurdles that we've had, legal and financial, that we've had to put together, but they're all coming together.
And understandably so, and so we thank you for taking the initiative, at least to make the Bahamian people aware of this, those who are watching our broadcast, our live stream all around the world, the different agencies who want to come forward and give help. We spoke with Jeff Beckles, you know, the president of the chamber here, and this is a wonderful initiative. We wish you all the best. Bahamas at Sunrise is here for you, and we want to keep the people informed every step of the way. So thank you, Mr. Ken Hutton.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dane and Tynes.
You're welcome.
Abaco Chamber is on the move, all right? I love it. So we're still rebuilding in the midst of hurting, we're still healing. Thank you, gentlemen, so much for your time.
It's a pleasure.
And thank you for joining us on Bahamas at Sunrise. We will be right back.
This is Eddie, and Eddie's a change counter. This is Sean. Sean doesn't have to count change because when Sean purchases a plan with Alive, it's VAT inclusive. Keep things simple, just like Alive's all-new VAT-inclusive prepaid plans with more talk, more text, and even more data. So don't be an Eddie. Freedom simplified. Alive. Believe in best.
That's going to do it for us, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in today.
Yes, wonderful show. Beautiful day. Listen, take charge of the morning. Control your day.
Certainly. Oh, look at Phil with the quotes, man.
Yeah, that's an old Jackson Burnside one that
That you're just gonna reuse and turn it into a book. He's gonna do some stuff.
Yes.
Listen, we hope that you guys make it a wonderful, wonderful week. We're gonna be back with more on Friday. Take care and be safe.
Bye.
Bye.